guys, welcome back to another video. This is motivation for young Christians. Welcome back,
Back.
welcome back. Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about why me getting held back was one of the best things that ever happened to me. So I'm going to give you guys a backstory of me getting held back, and then I'll tell you guys how it ended up becoming beneficial later on in my life. So as you guys may know, I was born in Guyana, and I came to
At the age
America
12,
at the
at
age
the
of
age of
9
12.
in 2012. And my first year in America academically, I really struggled adjusting to the American curriculum and just everything and just learning overall. And as a result, I went to summer school. And in summer school, I honestly tried my best, but I ended up having to repeat the fourth grade. And my second year in the fourth grade, I just remember like people were making fun of me for being held back and everything. Cause once you get held back, like everybody knows. And it's like those turn into jokes and different things. And I just
I just
remember
honestly
like,
just
but granted, I'm like, I wish I would have tried more harder doing that first year, fourth grade and everything. Cause I remember on the state test, honestly, I did not try my best at all. And I honestly used to honestly regret that so much. Like I wish I would have tried my best. I wish I would have tried my best. And one thing about getting held back, you get a constant reminder of getting held back because you're usually the oldest person or one of the oldest person within your grade. So it's always that reminder. So like when I went over to fifth grade, because I ended up my second year of fourth grade, I passed. Then I went to fifth grade. I went to summer school that's the second year of fourth grade, but I ended up passing because that second year of fourth grade, um, when I went to summer school, they took out the test because in summer school you used to have to take a test, but they took out a test and then second year of summer school, your performance basically like determined whether you moved on to the next grade. So I went to summer school again, fifth grade, went to summer school again, and then my sixth grade year was the first year being in America that I did not went to summer school. And I always just used to like remember like just regretting like bro like why did I have to get a little held back. I wish I would have never got held back. I wish I would have tried more. Like I used to honestly like regret it, like beat myself up like, a lot for getting held back. And then fast forward like a couple of years later, I started to realize how me getting held back ended up becoming a blessing onto my life. And it became a blessing in the sense of if I would have went forward to the fifth grade, that first year I did fourth grade, I feel like I would eventually get help eventually be held back because academically like I was not trying, I was not putting enough effort into learning and growing academically that I feel like eventually if it would have happened, I don't think I probably would have graduated that following year in fifth grade. So getting held back really made me work harder, like work hard on my reading thing. Because that's one of the major things that led to me getting held back. My reading when I first came to America was terrible, if I'm being honest. Like I struggled really hard academically reading. I remember I have two teachers that helped me. I remember the teacher named Mr. Moonward, because I went to PS 158. Big shout out to Mr. Moonward. Every single lunch he used to come get me from lunch, and then we used to practice and reading with him. And I remember this teacher named Miss Baptiste. Big shout out to Miss Baptiste. I remember I think was that every day or probably like a couple of days during the week. I remember at 1:40 I used to go to our office, and from 1:40 all the way to 2:20 or 2:30, the ending of school, I did reading practice with her. So them two really helped me to practice my reading. And those couple of years, like I really worked hard, like to learn how to read, to learn how to better take tests, work hard academically. 'Cause like I said, I struggled. And then in the sixth grade, I almost went to summer school again. I almost went to summer school because I remember I received a summer school letter, but then I ended up not going to summer school. I don't really know how that ended up. I don't know how that worked out, if I'm being completely honest. But because I remember years later, I was looking through my folders because I keep all my documents, all my like school stuff together. And I remember reading the letter saying that I was supposed to go to summer school that sixth grade year. And I actually remember a teacher saying that I was going to summer school too. And I was like, I don't remember exactly how I did not end up going to summer school if I got a letter and that teacher told me herself that I was going to summer school. But like I struggled those first couple of years, and then seventh grade, worked harder. Eighth grade, worked harder, worked harder. And I remember ninth grade, like I excelled like completely. Like I was just going like excelling, excelling. Then 10th grade too. Then before I transferred from Spring Creek to Irvington High School, the school that I graduated from. I remember I love that school being ranked number 3 overall out of the whole school. because I had a 95 average the end of that first semester. I had a 95 average. And they posted up the honor rolls list, and I remember I was looking through it because the funny thing is I got the honor roll list after I transferred. So I was looking at the honor rolls list and I'm paying attention to everybody average, and I was like, okay, I got a 95. I was really happy because I'm like, that's the highest average I ever got in my life. I'm like, the amount of like times I was struggling like academically throughout these years, like I have a 95. I was honestly ecstatic. And I was paying attention to the averages, and then I saw that in my 10th grade, there was somebody above me that had a 97. I remember this girl named Layla had a 97. And then somebody from the senior class had a 96. So then like it hit me that I had the third highest average out of the whole school, the second highest average out of the 10th grade, but the third highest average out of the whole school. And then I'm like, really, I'm growing academically good. Then I remember graduating from Irvington High. I was ranked number 12 out of 300, I think 320 something, 60 something student. So I both leaving the Spring Creek. I left with the third highest average, and then with out of the whole school, and then with Irvington High graduating being the 12th rank out of the senior class and getting a plaque for that. And me getting held back really helped me to grow, learn more, and work on my academics and everything. And then also, I would say that me getting held back was purposeful because a lot of the things that happened throughout my life, I feel like wouldn't have happened if I didn't get held back. Like I don't think I would have started YouTube if I didn't get held back. I don't think I would have started YouTube if I didn't get held back because I started YouTube sixth grade, September 2015. I would have been in the seventh grade at that point. I don't think you two would have even been able to be complete. I don't think I would have gotten into preaching, motivational speaking. A lot of the people that I met along my journeys, like mentors and people that I network and have close connection with, I wouldn't have met them because I remember Miss Lisa, which I've talked about Miss Lisa a lot on this channel. I met her in eighth grade, and because that program came to my school that year. Because if I would have went ahead, I would have been in ninth grade. So I would have never met that lady. And then I met Stace and Josh Walker through Miss Lisa. So I would have never met them too. And I remember my ninth grade year when I met Gio DeReese through my teacher, I would have been in 10th grade that year. So I would have never met them. So now when I realize that a lot of the people that I met, a lot of people I have close contact with, a lot of the opportunities, a lot of connections that I had would have never happened if I got held back. So later on in life, like now I really look back in it and understand that me getting held back was a blessing onto my life. It benefited me a lot. I'm not saying that out there to tell anybody to feel a grade and be held back and blessings gonna come here. I'm not telling you guys to do that. This is just me, but this is my personal story and how God took that event and ended up making it become a blessing onto my life. That's one thing that I learned about God is that every single thing that happened in your life happens for a reason. And God will use a bad situation, a bad moment, and let it become a blessing. That bad moment of being held back, of being like having that shame of being held back, having to regret that, and then having people make fun of you at school for being held back, to now looking back, understanding that that was a blessing. So there's a lot of pain that came with it, but God took that pain and ended up making it become a absolute blessing. And I just want you guys to understand that everything that happens in life happens for a reason, and God can take anything and turn it into a blessing. I'm telling you, you can take anything and turn it into a blessing because I've seen how me getting help that become a blessing because a lot of people that I have around me right now, I wouldn't have met if I went ahead. I wouldn't have that relationship with Gio DeReese. I wouldn't have a relationship with Steve and Josh Walker. I wouldn't have a relationship with Miss Lisa. I wouldn't have the opportunities to connect. I don't even think I would have started YouTube, um, become a motivational speaker, become a preacher if I did not get held back. So getting held back was honestly an overall blessing for me. And I'm just so thankful for it. And to everybody out there, excel. Make sure you guys excel in school, work hard in your education. Any area that you need help in, please go get the help. Getting help back is not something that's cool. It's not something that's fun. If it happens to you because you were like struggling and everything, improve, but do not let that be a purposeful thing where you're purposely getting held back because that's just not, it's not something that's good. Like I know the shame of being held back. I know the hurt. I know the pain that comes with it. I know the shame that comes with it. And I never want somebody to experience that. So continue to work hard on your academia because it's just very much important. And now looking back, like I went from being held back, went to some school 3 years in a row, had one of the lowest reading level out of probably I think out of my whole grade to now being a college student at Rutgers University, Newark, studying leadership and management with a minor in social justice, and graduated from my high school with the 12th rank. Like I struggled those first couple of years, but now I'm honestly excelling. And I'm really proud of myself and especially like my father and my mother they're really proud of me. Because my dad always say to me like, "You remember the first couple of years when you were struggling and everything? Look at where you are right now." So I improved a lot, and I always give myself grace for that. And that's why my accomplishments, I celebrate them a lot. That's just not being me. That's not me being cocky. That's me being grateful because it's like I understood the struggle that led to me getting here. Like I don't know if anybody have ever been to summer school 3 years in a row, ever been held back, or ever had one of the lowest reading scores levels within your grade, but I have grown from all of that. I don't know if anybody know that, but that feeling of it's like it's just honestly terrible. And just going through that was hard, but I saw how God made that become a blessing onto my life. So that's my message for you guys, that God would take anything and turn it into a blessing, and everything in life happens for a reason. So I give God all the glory, all the honor, all the praise because He is just amazing, and I'm so thankful for how he took that situation, turned it into a blessing onto my life, and I'm able to bless other people through it. So I just thank him so much. Well, this was the end of the video, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, guys. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming back. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe if you're new. Please turn on your post notification. That way, anytime I upload, YouTube will send you a notification. This is Motivation for Young Christian by Esron Holder. I'll see you guys in the next video.